Hey, welcome back to me. It's day 84, and it's been 7, maybe 8 days that I haven't streamed, and a lot has happened. And we're going to talk about all that's happened. Last time I was streaming, I was talking about us being right over here, which unfortunately, unfortunate things happened, and Bitcoin's price dropped from its 69,000 mark. Now, I know where we currently are, 69,895, 69,900. We're at 70,000 practically. We just hit that $70,331 mark. It's official. We've reached the 70,000 from here. I don't know if we're going to drop like we did last time. I doubt it. And there's a couple of reasons for that, and we'll discuss all that in today's episode. And anyways, I had this little projection drawn over here. Let me go see where my brain was at, because that was a terrible projection because I got it wrong. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, so here's what's up. I entered this trade because my technical analysis told me to. We were technically above this uptrend, and my stop was not in a valid position. Regardless, the stop loss would not have worked. I was expecting a take profit of 69,900 approximately. We didn't hit that though. The highest point we reached at that time was 69,560. Henceforth, this projection did not work, and that trade was a loss. I probably have to write it down, don't I? It was this one, and I apparently also entered in Solana, so we'll check those out. Yeah, October 20, October 21st, that was the last time I streamed. Today's October 28. Okay, we'll review that in a second. I won't write this stuff down. I have so much stuff to cover. Just remind me to look into that later. So we had this downtrend over here, though, and that was the big thing that we were expecting to respect, right? To keep this, we broke the downtrend, right? So I was expecting us to continue going forward, as we just did right now, but unfortunately not. It bounced off of that level, so I would have to readjust whatever we have over here, although as of right now, we already know it's not relevant. That was the highest point it reached, maintaining the downtrend in the long term. Oh my gosh, I have so many orders. I don't think we're going to hit these anymore. Whatever, I'll keep them there just in case. So this is our next resistance, 72,067. We're currently at the 70,000 mark. We're fighting for that zone at least. At this point, I would say we're clearly breaking that downtrend that we've been seeing, right? You can still technically see it's been respecting that level, this downtrend, and for a couple of times now. But this time, okay, we did dip down for this week. This was all due to Middle East tensions that did happen. We have some news there. We're going to talk about it. And we've recovered from that, and we recovered strong, flipping the super trend from a downtrend at that time because we broke this little uptrend that we had back to an uptrend because now we're breaking the downtrend that we just readjusted. So I would have to readjust this as well. So that's what we technically have for right now in terms of Bitcoin's price action. I'm happy that we're breaking this. That's pretty neat. We did respect some of these levels over here, the Fib zone over here, and we're using these lows as supports for the current uptrend that we're seeing at the moment. Bitcoin's fighting for that 70,000. It's practically there, 69,900. Okay, we'll see how it plays out for the rest of the stream. I haven't looked at everything else. Everything's up 3%. Ethereum is up also 3%. It's 2,581, although it has dropped a lot further, I would say. It did reach 2,770, and it dipped all the way down to 2,381. Did I not have any orders there? No, not even on my main. I was not active at all last week, so I missed a lot of entries from these dips that we've seen recently. But it's all recovered by now. Ethereum's still a good buy, in my opinion, right here. 2,500 or 2,400 would have been a little better the day before. Right now we're expecting us to hit 2,654 is the next resistance level we have, as long as my fib is drawn correctly. We broke this downtrend, but we're still expecting to break... we broke the uptrend. We're expecting to break the downtrend now is what's next. For now, we kind of see this as, what is this drawn for? A bit more shorter term. Yeah, no, I don't think this one's valid. We would have to readjust this one to here. It's more of a longer trend that we're expecting for this to continue, which it means it's stronger for sure, so that is a good thing. But it just means that, you know, for Ethereum to continue to go higher, it will take longer. And we already know why Ethereum is dropping because of the ETFs. It's being suppressed. Not really dropping, it's just being suppressed. Because Grayscale keeps on selling all the time. Nobody else is buying. Ethereum's not as popular, but that's the time when you should be buying, because when Ethereum is popular, it will be booming. Solana is our next coin. It is hardly any movement today, but it hasn't dropped too bad either, and it's been it's at 177, reached a high of 179. That's really, really good. And here's my trade as well. I think we already know what happened, right? Similar thing to Bitcoin, where it just dropped immediately as soon as I entered, so I lost in that one there too, which I'll have to write down later on. But we're still approaching the downtrend I see here, so we're not out of the woods yet, but the uptrend still is very strong. The upside does prevail, especially in the longer term, so that's good. It seems like the war hasn't affected Solana too much, so that's also a plus. I'm gonna draw a shorter uptrend just to kind of get a feel of what we can expect. Currently using this line as a support level. The downtrend would be our resistance. If we break out of that, we'll see 193 in no time, and that's the high that we saw in July. From there, we can probably see our next high that we saw in March, which was 210 per Solana. That's pretty cool. Can't wait to see that level again. And it's coming soon. October is still going. It's currently October 28th. I mean, this month is going to end up green if we continue the next 3 days like this, right? That'll be good, because October historically is a great month. September historically is a bad month, but last month, September, was still a good month for Bitcoin, for crypto in general. But admittedly, we did start very, very low. And I just knew the recovery was so easy. Like, Bitcoin was 50-something thousand. I'm like, okay, we're obviously going to be 60-something thousand by the end of September. And that was the case. October was a bit questionable because we just started in the 60,000 somethings. And then October 1st, Iran attacks Israel and the price drops to in the 50,000 zones for Bitcoin. But from there, you know, we did manage to recover anyways, right over here. 59, 58,000, right? Oh, that was a great opportunity to buy. Well, now we're all lamenting and sad if you didn't buy. If you did buy, I did kind of buy, so my portfolio is currently booming as Bitcoin reaches 70,000 mark. That's pretty good though. Well, I'm glad to keep it that way. So what has Binance been doing? It's up 2.50%. Price is 603. It's still 600. Oh my gosh. This has not moved as much either. It dipped to a low of 564. I would have to readjust this uptrend. Where is it drawn from? Oh, very long term. Okay. I mean, it's technically still been respecting it, right? Just this little blip over here that I'm sure we could possibly ignore. But hey, it's still very strong. I'm expecting further up movement from Binance as well. SUI is up 7%. Huge movement today. Specifically today. It had a good dip over here that I took advantage of as well. But the first entry that I bought mistakenly, I shouldn't have bought it. I bought it all the way like up here in this zone. That's losing a lot. But I'm sure the dips that I bought over here and over here would be compensating for that loss. As soon as we cross the $2 mark for SUI. It's currently $1.86. Yeah, it's increasing a lot today for whatever reason. We'll find out soon. It did use the fib level and this line that I had drawn from way before as our support zones, and it's approaching resistance at 191. Brackish is, so are you strictly using trend lines for entry and exit? Not really. It's just to help me determine what the general trend of the market is. The way I determine entries and exits is with smaller indicators because I operate in a smaller time scale. like in the 5 minute zone. I use the moving averages to determine whether or not I enter a position or not. The trends, just in the macro, I use the 4 hour chart, and to determine what position I will be entering, if it's long or short, I use the 1 hour chart if it tells me the moving averages, different moving averages to the 5 minute one to see which way I'm entering, up or down. That's all. I don't really use 1 minute much anymore, but yeah, that's all. 4 hours, my favorite to check the trends, general trend of the market. All right, let's move on to some news because we got a lot to talk about. I have not covered this in a week, so let's do that. What has been happening in the Middle East? Well, just one thing aside before we actually get into the meat of it. Iran Supreme Leader Khamenei suffers from a terminal illness, and internal battle for succession has already begun. So a bit of unrest going on there in terms of their leaders. What is this? Get out of here. Anyway. And October 25th, they were actually preparing for Israel's retaliation suspiciously. And the next day, the same day actually, October 25th, Israel launches its attack on Iran, which I have a breakdown of what exactly happened here, but Donald Trump also confirms that there was a leaker, an Iranian American working at the Pentagon. This lady right over here, major security breach over here, she basically leaked Israel's attack information to Iran so that they could prepare and not be affected as much, which that's a bit scummy. She should be fired. And yeah, but whatever. I mean, it seems like Iran just accepted that retaliation and it's like, okay, you know what? We're not going to respond no more. Our leader is in trouble. We'll leave it at that. From there, Middle Eastern tensions have been dropping. So we've seen a price drop in some assets like oil, and, you know, there's no more tensions in the Middle East. Elections are coming up soon. I don't think there would be anything else that would escalate at this time, which allows, of course, risk assets like crypto to go up. So that's why we're seeing a massive increase in the price today, as per my analysis, and Bitcoin finally reaching that 70,000 mark. What else we got is, so here's an initial assessment of Israel's attack on Iran. Reports indicate that as a precursor to last night's attack, Israel initially targeted air defense systems and radar installations in Syria and Iraq. Now, the big fear was, we don't know if Israel was going to attack nuclear facilities or their petroleum reserves. If they did attack the petroleum reserves, of course, we would see the price of oil explode to the upside, and Iran would be broke again, because that's where their economy mainly comes from. It appears Israeli aircraft used Jordanian and Iraqi airspace to strike military radars in Iraq and Syria, aiming to take out radar systems before launching missiles toward Iran, thus avoiding any direct entry into Iranian airspace. Smart move. All of this stuff was leaked, by the way, by that Pentagon lady. Sucks, but whatever. Israel sources report that 20 sites in Iran, all military targets, were struck, so they attacked the military bases in this case. This suggests Israel has decided to respond in kind to Iran's October 1 attack, which similarly targeted military facilities. So same kind of thing, right? On October 1st, Iran attacked Israel's military facilities, so they responded the same way. They didn't attack their nuclear facilities or their petroleum reserves. Also smart, but expected, right? They knew. Iran's Air Defense Command confirmed that specific military centers in the provinces of Tehran, Khuzestan, and Ilam were hit. While they acknowledged that some targets were indeed struck, they described the damage as limited. Tehran typically does not confirm enemy attacks. And they confirmed 2 deaths of officers in the attacks. They were not IRGC. Both were serving at the Sar Bandar air defense position in Khuzestan province. So just 2 deaths in that whole attack. Despite these admissions, Iranian media has largely downplayed the incident, indicating that, at least for now, Iran may be reluctant to respond directly and escalate tensions. Of course, this is why we're seeing crypto go up and the price of oil drop. If I check the price of oil right now, I had it over here somewhere. Oil crude. It's huge gap to the bottom, you see, because attack happened 25th, Friday. Saturday, commodities are closed. Sunday, it reopens and no more tension, so oil dips. That's exactly what happened there. Cool to see. What else we got? Missile strikes on Tehran itself are unprecedented. Some experts caution that Israel will be testing a Lebanon model, with Iran conducting limited operations to demonstrate restraint while slowly crossing red lines, potentially setting the stage for a larger confrontation. And a lot of plain stuff. I think that's all we've got. Cool thread. Big ups. Thanks. Moving on. We also had the BRICS summit. That was also some interesting news. It was held in Russia, and they've confirmed 13 new nations to the alliance as partner countries, not as full members, but as partner countries. And there we got Algeria, Belarus, Bolivia, Cuba, Indonesia, Kazakhstan, Malaysia, Nigeria, Thailand, Turkey. Turkey is part of NATO. Uganda, Uzbekistan, and Vietnam. Why Vietnam? Why Turkey? Okay, well, some stuff also, speaking of Turkey, India also was a bit reluctant. They rejected Turkey's BRICS membership bid due to its close relations with Pakistan. India, Pakistan enemies, pretty sure. So they just have that little, what did I call it? Load. Partner countries, not a full membership. So Turkey is still technically part of NATO, but it's got its alliance with BRICS as well. And just moments after Turkish President Erdogan, a NATO member, arrived in Russia for the BRICS summit, Turkey was hit by a well-coordinated terror attack. There's these terrorists who killed 4 people, wounded 14. They were setting off explosives, opened fire on bystanders. They were targeting Turkey's state-owned aerospace company. Possibly due to BRICS, possibly due to Gaza-Israel war. We don't know. Yeah, that's all. Russia lifts their interest rates by 2%, so now it's 21%. That's pretty high. Just thought I'd share that. Speaking of Russia as well, President Putin says that the United States' accusations that Donald Trump has connections to Russia are fake. Of course, we've seen Kamala's going crazy with all these accusations suddenly on Trump, which we'll discuss later. He said that this is nonsense. There has never been any ties or connections between Putin and Trump. They are best friends, of course, you know, not best friends. They are friends, right? They're good with each other. President Putin says Russia is still open to normalizing relations with the United States under a new administration, possibly meaning Trump. They're buddies, right? They'll get this whole Ukraine war resolved. They talked about it on Joe Rogan's podcast, Trump did, which I watched. I watched the full thing. That's pretty cool. There's some stuff that we're going to talk about still, and I would also like to share my thoughts on it later on. Here's another thing that Kamala is accusing Donald Trump of, being Hitler. Like, what? Here's what his response is. Comrade Kamala Harris sees that she is losing, and losing badly, especially after stealing the race from crooked Joe Biden. So now she is increasingly raising her rhetoric, going so far as to call me Adolf Hitler and anything else that comes to her warped mind. She is a threat to democracy and not fit to be president of the United States, and her polling so indicates. I actually want to check the polling. I haven't looked at it in a moment. Pretty sure it should be like 66. Oh yeah, 66-38. Elon Musk, of course, is hoping for 69.420. That would make Elon Musk very happy. So yeah, like calling Trump Hitler, like it's just nonsense at this point. So she's obviously just getting desperate. Here's some positive news. Tulsi Gabbard, former Democrat nominee president, almost. She's joining the Republican Party. She just announced that. Good for her. Mel Gibson also will be voting for Donald Trump. Says that Kamala has the IQ of a fence post. We got a lot of endorsements for Trump. Dr. Phil is endorsing Trump. Nicki Minaj is endorsing Trump. And numerous imams, mayors, and Muslim community leaders in Michigan also endorsing Donald Trump. No Republican has ever received this kind of support before. This is the final blow to the Harris campaign. That is what the people are saying, which is cool. He's getting a lot of endorsements. but so is Kamala Harris, which we'll talk about soon, and why she's getting endorsed by these people. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Joe Rogan podcast. So it happened on Friday, finally. 3 hour podcast between Donald Trump, Joe Rogan, possibly the number one podcast. It received like 20 million views or something like that in just one day. It's just blowing the numbers out of the water, and clearly Donald Trump he's definitely more popular than Kamala Harris. No, I'm pretty sure nobody likes Kamala Harris at this point. In the polling, so indicates, as he's mentioned. They didn't bring up cryptocurrency. That's what the post mentioned there. Sorry. And there was also this talk about Donald Trump considering using tariffs to fully fund the government and abolish the income tax completely. That is huge, and he did confirm this on the Joe Rogan podcast. He told him that he is serious about eliminating federal income tax with tariffs, and he gave a great explanation on the tariffs. Would help like the companies move their facilities to the United States to help boost the economy in that sense. It's very smart. Bitcoin 69,989. I just want to see 70,000 on stream. It's like about to hit it. 69,979. Okay, well, we're not going to stare at it for too long. I'll take a look at it once it actually hits. And of course, you can't find this apparently on YouTube anymore for whatever reason. This is some censorship going on. Of course, we know Google CEO and its staff endorses Kamala Harris. They send her millions of dollars, so that just further proves it. If you search Joe Rogan Trump on YouTube, the interview no longer comes up. It's replicable. Try it yourself. Elon Musk commented on this, said that there's this massive far left censorship at Google/YouTube. I'm going to try that right now. Joe Rogan Trump. Joe Rogan Trump. That's a lie. It's right here. They're lying. Ignore everything that they said. That's fake news. Okay, anyways. We got billionaires upon billionaires supporting Donald Trump, technically. We got Jeff Bezos technically supporting Donald. I'm pretty sure he's pro-Trump. He owns Washington Post, this news source, and he didn't allow them to endorse Kamala Harris. CNBC reports. Most other news sources, of course, are biased media for the Democrats, technically supporting Kamala Harris, but not Jeff Bezos. He says, you know what, my Washington Post will not be supporting her. This is just a brain-dead request from Kamala Harris. She's calling to ban Donald Trump from Twitter, initiated a period of unprecedented internet censorship. She calls on Twitter CEO, which is Elon Musk, to suspend Donald Trump, which is brain rot, because Elon Musk, of course, is like Trump's biggest supporter at this point, right? Speaking of endorsements, okay, so here we go. Leonardo DiCaprio endorses Kamala Harris. You see him here with P. Diddy. You see Beyonce endorsing Kamala Harris. Her husband and Diddy are besties. It's just, I feel like there's a lot of bribery going on behind the scenes. Call me a conspiracy theorist, but look at this. It's weird how Kamala Harris has Usher endorsement, John Legend, Eminem, Beyonce, Leo DiCaprio, all endorsing Kamala Harris and speaking at her rallies. And all of them allegedly are participants in the Diddy freak-off parties. Suspicious, isn't it? I would say so. It's all scripted too. It's not genuine endorsements, I don't think, because even Beyonce was like during Kamala's rally, she's like, "Oh, you know the teleprompter. I'm having a hard time seeing it, guys. Like, why would you say that?" It's all teleprompter. It's all scripted. None of it is genuine. And she did the bare minimum to give her endorsement and then leave. People were furious about this. This happened in Houston, Texas. Everybody started booing at the Kamala Harris rally because Beyonce just went up there, said her 2 sentences, and then left. People were expecting a concert or, I don't know, some twerking to happen or whatever, but that didn't happen. And people were upset and left. They were all booing. It was a failure. Kamala Harris' highly anticipated rally in Houston, Texas was a complete disaster as some attendees fumed that Beyonce didn't perform. Harris failed to control the rowdy crowd as boos and shouting drowned her out on multiple occasions. It all started with like Beyonce giving her speech or whatever, and then she left, and then it was Kamala Harris's turn to get up. People saw that she just went up like, oh, we're not going to listen to this lady yap. We were waiting for Beyonce concert, and they all left. It was a bait and switch crowd building. Promised a performance to bring people in, and they went streaming to the exits when Beyonce left the stage, one person said, according to the Daily Mail. She can't even deliver on promises to her own followers with the Beyonce performance. But yes, she will totally close the border and stuff. Kamala Harris is a mess, another said. Some people reportedly waited 12 hours for the event. That just sucks, waiting that long and not getting what you're expecting. And yeah, Kamala fails to deliver. And she probably will during her presidency, as she has already done in the last 4 years. On the other hand, oh my gosh, I was in New York last week. And the day that I left New York, Donald Trump gets to New York and holds this enormous rally of 19,500. It was a max capacity of the people at Madison Square Garden rally and 75,000 people outside of it. I could have been there. I could have had a MAGA hat. I'm Canadian though, so whatever. It's probably the biggest rally that he's had, and of course you didn't need any buses, you didn't need any twerking rappers. It was a huge event too. Everybody was there. I think Tulsi Gabbard was there. I don't know. Vivek Ramaswamy, Elon Musk, RFK Jr., Donald Trump, of course, his wife Melania. I think Hulk Hogan was there too. I'm just going based off the top of my head. I could be wrong. But a lot of big people were there, and it was exciting to see. Also this, I think it was Trump's lawyer, this lady. Yeah, a lot of people were there. I could have been there, but whatever. Wish I would have been there. White House announces that President Biden will cast his vote tomorrow. Don't you guys wonder who he's voting for if he really hates Kamala for stealing his position in the race? Well, he just voted. He possibly voted Trump. It's not confirmed. We don't know, but I think he voted Trump. Yeah, safe to say. This also happened last week. British patriot Tommy Robinson has been arrested. Very conservative speaker, something, whatever. He got arrested. I don't know why. There's no more details on it. I haven't bothered to do my research, but I just know he's arrested. That's cool. No, it's not cool. It sucks. Why are they arresting him? Blocking free speech, whatever the case is. UK is just arresting people. Remember a couple months ago I covered that they were just arresting people for retweeting hateful stuff on Twitter? Like, that's just going above and beyond. Arrest some actual criminals. The migrants that are taking over and committing crimes, whatever. Let's go to Canada news. Pierre Poilievre promises to abolish federal sales tax on new homes under $1 million. I saw this live and saw him announce this live. That was pretty cool to see. I'm pretty happy about that. If he gets elected, so maybe I get to buy a house next year, October. Hopefully, I don't know. Maybe I get rich off crypto and I'll be able to afford a house. That'd be an interesting position to be in. Trudeau, everybody hates Trudeau. And he breaks down in front of his own members of parliament. He started crying here. At the start of the caucus, he was asked to resign and everything, right? He delivered a 20-minute opening speech during which he admitted he hadn't slept the night before in anticipation of this meeting. He became emotional with tears in his eyes as he spoke about the toll the situation has taken on his family. I don't know what exactly he means by that. I just know he divorced his wife maybe a year ago or two. Anyways, despite demands from 24 of his own members of parliament, he said that he will be staying as leader of the Liberal government. They asked him to leave by October 28, which is today. They asked him to leave by today, and he's like, nope, I'm staying. Haha. He's also changing rules that he will now accept 395,000 new permanent residents in 2025, which is a major drop from his target of 500,000 set out last year. So he's tightening his policies now on immigration because that seems to be what a lot of people in Canada are complaining about. There's too much immigration, especially from, I guess, the Indian countries or whatever. I think so, at least. Call me crazy, but it's getting pretty wild out there. So he's changing his policies like that, but I don't know if this will really resolve anything. Or maybe if this is just a lie. We'll never know. I'm still hopeful for the election anyway next year. Denmark becomes the first country in the world to tax unrealized capital gains on crypto. That is insane. Starting January 1st, 2026. There's a community note on this, so there's a asterisks on this. This will affect not only crypto acquired from that date, but also crypto obtained as far back as the Genesis block of Bitcoin in January 2009. So the gloves are off. This is technically a war on crypto. I feel like the governments, if they want to battle, have a battle against the crypto bros community, that's probably the way to do it. Taxing unrealized gains and retroactively taxing your gains as far back as the inception of crypto itself. So here's the community note. It says that at the beginning of 2025, the Minister of Taxation will propose a bill. So it's not official yet. But if it does go through, if the bill gets approved, it will have effect at the earliest from January 1, 2026. So 2026, if you live in Denmark, you're screwed. You gotta have to pay a lot of taxes. And paying on unrealized gains, oh my gosh. And it's 42%. That's insane. That's pretty high. Yeah, no, not cool, not cool. I just hope it doesn't happen. That's gonna be way too crazy. And keep in mind, Kamala Harris plans to do something pretty similar to this. I forget what the capital gains tax is on in the United States. I could see here. Right? Let me check. United States. It's 20% for personal. And unrealized, okay, unrealized 20%. Actually, yeah, it's not too bad. But it's still unrealized gain. I hate the fact of taxing unrealized profits. That's just the worst. You're going to kill the stock market like that. New York Stock Exchange just announced plans to extend weekday trading on its New York Stock Exchange Arca Equities exchange to 22 hours a day. If you're wondering what I just said, they're just extending the hours of operation. If approved, it would be extended from 1:30 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which means it's only like 2 hours of downtime. That's not too bad, right? Originally, what the stock market hours are is it opens at 9:30 and it closes at 4 p.m. And then the rest of it is just downtime. I don't know if that would really change anything. It would be nice, because maybe I get to stream some of that, streaming the stock market if crypto completely destroys me. Yeah, so that's an option possibly. Excluding holidays, it will do it on all weekdays. All US listed stocks, ETFs, and closed-end funds will be available for trading on New York Stock Exchange Arca during the 22-hour weekday sessions. Pretty neat. When does it start? Probably will take a few months. So it was just announced on Friday. It needs regulator approval, and then we'll see that change be implemented, and it will possibly expand to the broader markets as well, hopefully. That means it's going to become more like crypto, I guess. This still has not reached 70,000, has it? Why won't it let me? Okay, well. We did see 70,000 here. We dipped, right? We're still trying to hit that. We're almost there. We're almost there. Cool. Microsoft also is asking its shareholders, you know that companies will ask their shareholders to vote on stuff. They're asking them, in this case, to vote on whether to assess Bitcoin as a corporate treasury asset, and they recommended no as a vote. Come on, I think they should. Microsoft buying Bitcoin, that would be pretty neat, right? That's a lot of money that will be entering the crypto market. Where are we right now? I want to check on ETFs in just a moment, but yeah, that's cool. Bitcoin also dipped initially. I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but it was due to this. U.S. authorities are investigating USDT, so the issuer, Tether. According to people familiar with the matter, Tether is being investigated for possible sanctions and money laundering violations, and that caused the initial dip of Bitcoin. Or no, October 25. When was that? Was that after the war? October 25 was here. Oh, and it was also during the war. October 23rd is when this dip happened. I forget what even happened over here. We just dipped, it seems like. I don't know. Last week was a big blur. I was busy with my family and everything, so was not paying much attention. This just turned red, unfortunately. 69,800. Can I go to 5-minute chart? Did we tap 70,000? We did. We tapped 70,002. Okay, pretty funny. That's all we have there. Let's look at the ETFs. A lot of inflows. That's neat. October 22nd, though, was outflow. Who outflowed? Who is this? ARK? What is ARK, bro? Randoms. Just outflowing. 6 million, 134 million, 99 million in 3 days. That's weird. The average an inflow of 13 million. Okay, well. Still overall inflows. Grayscale still overall outflows, but they've slowed their outflows and they started inflowing a little bit too. I remember covering these. When did I leave again? October 20, maybe? Yeah, so from here, they did an outflow, nothing. Small outflow, nothing. Okay, so Grayscale is calming down a little bit. Just very small outflows. BlackRock, massive inflows, of course. 300 million, 165 million, 292 million. Causing overall inflows in the market. They didn't inflow that much on October 22nd. Making ARK the leading ETF that caused an outflow day for Bitcoin. Yep, that's all we had. Cool, cool stuff. Let's see if we can find any entries. As of right now, I doubt it. Would we go up or down? I mean, according to this, we broke the downtrend. Should we continue going upwards? The trend is to the upside. When did I get the 3 moving averages switch? It happened right over here. I think it's safe to enter. We'll enter this. Trigger. No, not trigger. EST account. Where would I put my stop? Let me see. We're entering long. I have to put it below here. Where's my ADX? Here's the price. 89. It copies too many decimals and then it won't paste into my calculator for whatever reason. Minus 107.39, so this would be my stop. Pretty even. We're looking for a profit of 70,500, which I think is possible. If we do continue upwards, the impulse will be very strong and it will be simple to hit that. Let me just put the stop here and calculate how much volume I need. Probably 100, 107 seems fair. Let's do that. Entry price is 69,950.5. Ticks will copy that and make it 1 to 2, which would be 60,000 ticks. Getting the price of 70,558 as our profit. So let's put that there. 214 would be our gains. Let's see how that plays out. I'm confident in that. I like the stop that's below all these candles, and cool. We'll see how that plays. I also have to write down my losses, because not everything is sunshine and rainbows on this thing. I feel like I've mainly been losing, honestly. Let's check. I don't have my trading notebook open, so I have to open that. And let me show it here. Where are we currently at? Okay, October is up 12% for me. It's going to drop because I've lost twice. Starting off with 10,000 was our initial equity. We reached a high of 12,111. Well, sorry, 12,236 was our highest point. So that's plus 2,000. We dipped to practically below that, and then DCA saved our butts. So we're 11,462 minus approximately 200 that I'm about to write down. Last trade I made 222. Yeah, so we're continuing from there. The next trade was in Bitcoin, closed on October 20. Entered at 69,276. It dropped to 68,944.29. So we lost $109.93. Paid $10 in commissions for that. Hit our stop loss. The next trade we entered was in Solana. We closed that October 21st is when it closed. Entered at 169. It actually took a day longer. Closed at 167, losing us $112.09, paying $4.55 in commissions. Not too bad, the commissions there. That's all we have for now. So 11,225 is our current equity. We're still up, which is fine. Now I have to hope that this one gives us our profit that we need. Sui is up 8%. I wanted to check why. Let's check why. Probably no real reason. It's just pumping because everything else is. There's no tensions in the Middle East. Dogecoin is up 16%. Why? Why? Was it something that Elon Musk did? I feel like, okay, the reason Dogecoin could be going up is Trump leading in the elections. What does that have to do? Elon Musk. Elon Musk endorses Trump. Elon Musk also loves Dogecoin. He's always retweeting from one of the Dogecoin developers, retweeting his tweets, especially about politics, right? And one of the things that was released was, we all know, right? If Donald Trump wins, he's going to appoint Elon Musk to a position to help cut down costs, right? Because he needs a billionaire to cut down the costs. We can't have the United States debt increase by billions every day, and we're currently like, what is it, 30-something trillion dollars in US debt? So we got to cut down the costs of that. And Elon Musk will be taking care of that, according to Donald Trump. He'll appoint him to that, and he's calling that what do you want? The Department of Government Efficiency, DOGE, which is Doge, which is Dogecoin. So that's where the meme kind of comes from. And so that might be the reason why it's been going up, recently at least, because we knew that this was already happening. That meme's been a thing for a while now. But now that Trump is actually like leading in the polls, like if I check, like even the other polls, right? I've mainly been looking at Polymarket, but here's the other polls that we have. Trump is actually in the lead this time. He's been under Kamala Harris for a while, and then just today, he's flipped that position by now. You see that tiny little red? We're getting there. So it's happening. Trump likely to win the election. Hopefully so. And yeah, here's also the Trump. I mean, Dogecoin surges amid Musk and Trump connections. So yeah, practically what I just explained. Cool. I mean, hey, that's not too bad. 16%, 17%, my bad. Yeah, cool. Shiba Inu, of course, kind of like Dogecoin's competitor, it has also gone up 7.89% due to that fact that, you know, it's just trailing Dogecoin is what it is, right? I still feel like it was the more popular meme coin in like 2021, but it's kind of died down a little bit. People kind of lost their faith on it. So have I. And it's being overshadowed by the new meme coin, which would be Pepe. Pepe isn't up too much today, which is 3.28. It was the newer one during crypto winter, like 2023. That's when it gained its popularity. Sui, though, it was up 8.49%, and that's what I wanted to check. It dropped in market cap to 21. Might have been due to the big dip that it had. It dropped to 165? Is that recent, though? No, it dipped lower. No, 162. Okay. Well, yeah. After being at $2, an all-time high, it did to 162. I didn't take advantage of that, unfortunately. I couldn't. I didn't have my computer. I didn't have internet. Nothing. So I couldn't operate, unfortunately. Admittedly, I should have put some trigger orders there beforehand, but what did I know, right? Missed Sui spike. Sui price chart signals new opportunity to accumulate. That's a lie. Does it even explain why? Prediction set for explosive growth. I know that. Ethereum downtrend is nearing an end. Is alt season imminent? Top altcoins to buy. Is that a, let me check what the trend of Ethereum was again. I think so. Like our next target was that downtrend. Oh no, we're far from it. The actual downtrend for Ethereum. Never mind. None of that stuff. There's no actual reason as to why it's just going up. It's just a very volatile coin and speculative. Probably better than Phantom or Sonic soon. How's Phantom doing? It increased in market cap. That's pretty neat. It's at 46. It's up 3%. Migration to Sonic still not happened. Waiting for that. I feel like they got to do it as soon as possible. It's been held pretty stable ever since its recovery, right? Because it had a nasty drop to 20 something cents, right? 29, let's just say 29 cents, right? But from there, it's had a nice recovery to 70, and it's been hovering in the 60s and the 70 cents mark ever since. So that's pretty neat. Good for Phantom. Popcat, I think it's meme coin day. That's why. Most of the meme coins are going up, or what? Top gainers and losers. Dogecoin meme coin is there. Mog, it's another meme coin. Brett, Floki, Shiba Inu, and Popcat. Mew. Those are the meme coins that are going up. And Pepe. Pretty decent amounts. Dogecoin is the top mover for today, surprisingly. Thorchain Rune, why is this going up? I haven't heard of this project in a while. I don't invest in it. It's among the top 5 gainers. Surge in trading volume. Good momentum. Okay, well, good for Thorchain. Still not buying it. We ain't buying that. How are we doing with Bitcoin? It's increasing. We're above the 70,000, so this is perfectly what I wanted to see. Us to retake that 70,000 zone, and then we'll get comfortable with 70,000 being our support level, right? Because we're already broken out of the downtrend, so that should be abolished, right? And we got to find new support levels. So I'm hoping 70,000 will be that. If not, then I have the minimums of these prices for the last couple of hours, minutes, hours. And I'm expecting 1 to 2 returns, so 70,500, I don't think that's too much to ask for. We'll hope that this is a winning trade by tomorrow. I'm going to end the stream right now. Up $28, pretty decent. So in summary, yeah, a lot of stuff happened. Middle East tensions de-escalated at least. I'm happy that it got to kind of a resolution, but I don't know where it's going to go from here. Prepare to buy a lot of oil if Kamala Harris wins, because that's going to skyrocket. Wars will continue if she wins. But if Trump wins, he's going to reduce the prices of oil, stop the wars, which will drop prices of oil even further down. So, yeah. I think gold should also drop from there. How's gold been doing? It's still all-time high levels, surprisingly enough. Keep in mind, Bitcoin trails the price of gold, so we'll also see new all-time high levels for Bitcoin very soon. Keep that in mind. 70,000 Bitcoin. Hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like, smash subscribe, and I'll see you not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be busy. But Wednesday. And hopefully we'll have some more fundamentals to cover by then. Okay, thanks for watching. Bye.